I am not live. What is happening? I am having a few difficulties here. Let's see what my phone is saying here. Upcoming. All right, we're good. We're in the building. What's up, y'all? Hope all are well again. Blessed and amazing. Welcome to the channel. This is a reading for Mr. Tyrone Davis Jr. This is a part two. Say the first reading. I don't know what happened. So, to my knowledge, it was like a almost 3 hour reading, if I'm not mistaken. But the reading cut out, like the sound cut out. So if you all heard the first beginning of the reading, I'm sure you all have like a brief synopsis of what the situation entails. Um, yeah, it's been a lot of, a lot of. All right, and I've been paying attention to the story, and yeah, discernment is everything. You know, being able to see through what is actually happening, not using emotions and what I want to say. Um, yeah, there are way too many people that are vested in this situation. There's a guy named Polo, yo. Yeah, I think he's way too vested in things that have nothing to do with him. I know that everybody wants to get down to the bottom of what's happened to this young man, and because it seems like they are so far from the truth. It's being pulled in so many different directions, and yeah, like just it's crazy how you tell a people, how you tell a family what to do with their money, the money that they're getting as, um, they're collecting for the efforts in getting someone or getting a private investigator to figure out what's happening with this situation because the family is doing that because the police seem to have not done anything about it. They're sweeping it under the rug and yeah, very nonchalant about actually finding out what actually happened to this young man. And yeah, it's crazy to say that it was him and his girlfriend on a getaway weekend in Gainesville, Florida. I said Gainesville, Georgia last time. My apologies, y'all, but Gainesville, Florida. Um, yeah, it's just crazy to find him underneath a bridge, right, out in a place that he has you know, no doings other than him and his girlfriend. So yeah, it's crazy. I just want to get some insight, right? So that's why we're here, and hope you enjoy the reading. If you do, please like and subscribe. Thank you to the 18 subscribers. I truly, truly appreciate y'all. Release is the first card that came out. So that kind of, and I'm almost certain that the same cards will fall out. Almost certain that the same cards will fall out. Especially considering, yo, I was so mad when I listened to my reading and nothing was being heard. Like I couldn't hear myself. Like halfway through the doggone film, halfway through the video, which was insane because all that effort that was put into it was, yeah. But that's how you know when you're speaking the truth. Like the enemy don't want the truth to be known, right? They love when people are sitting in confusion and yeah, disparity. Like it's bad, right? The enemy is the author of confusion, and we are here for clarity, right? We are definitely here for clarity. Oh, look, I'm telling you, the same cards are coming out. Those two definitely came out last reading. I need them to flip out just like that one did. All right. I'm not partial to cards. Look, number that came out as well. Ten of wands. But I'm not gonna keep y'all that long tonight. I've been up pretty. This also came out because I explained that he very well, Tyrone very well may have been Lulu's his girlfriend. That's the girlfriend that he went out of state with, out of town with, and on that getaway just to make her feel good about herself, feel special, doing the things that he would typically do as her boyfriend, her guy, and yeah, he's not here anymore, and she is. So people are trying to get to the bottom of it, But, I said, well, spirit gave me the fact that um, it was a lot of greed that was a part of the equation. And yeah, uh, that's what she saw. That's what she saw, that the things that this young man could offer her, could give her. It was very evident that her feelings weren't the same as his. Very, very evident, right? Especially if you are using a discerning eye, you can see, you know what I mean? You can see pretenders. You can see the ones who are masking. You can see clean through that shit. You can look right to their heart, right? Clean, clear to their heart, right? And see exactly what's happening. But I have a feeling that this was her guy and she messed it up. She messed it up. He had a thing where they said that it was said that he ended up stating that she didn't appreciate him. And yeah, there was a reason that was said. You know what I mean? Definitely a reason that was said. And that was said inside of the cabin that they were in. All right. This also came out, the King of Wands. I don't know what their signs are, but I have earth here, I have fire here, and I also have water, which is this lover's card here, relationship card. That just fell out, y'all. I like flippers. Give me the flippers, like that one. That say they want to be here. That one was at the bottom of the deck. That's crazy. I can remember the position of the cards. I work on a photographic memory. That didn't flip out. That fell out. That wasn't a flipper. See, that fell out too. But anyway, yeah, man. I decided to do the reading 3 o'clock in the morning because the moon also came out. The moon and the sun came out too, and the moon represents secrets, hidden things that are hidden. Um, yeah, absolutely, things that are hidden. Can I get a couple more, please? Thank you. I had a flipper over in the deck here. Yeah, this about to be deep. I can see it. Definitely can see a wise counsel that came out because we talked about the PI. The PI was the wise counsel that the family is seeking. Yeah, this guy Polo, yeah, he's way too vested. Then you telling the people what to do with the funds that they're collecting on behalf of their family member. Their family member. That's the key. Their family member. And I understand that everybody again wants to get to the bottom of what's happening, but here's the thing. Yeah, you way too vested and too emotional about the situation, brother. You need to drink a couple more of those cup waters you like to drink and chill out. Yeah, yeah, for real. Like, pipe down, cuz pipe down. Like, that ain't your story. That ain't your story. And you involved yourself. You intruded. And so the people handling you the way that they handling you, and now you mad. They're not giving you what they not, because you think that you are warranted what it is that they're getting. Nah, you ain't got in on that. You ain't put in on that. You included yourself. You intruded you invaded their space. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Insane to me, in fact. Like, go sit your, make me see what you really look like. I like the truth and nothing but the truth, so help me God, for real. And if you're gonna do it the right way. And what you say is how you say it. And what you do is how you do it. Right. Because we can respect your mind, but still, like, I mean, respect what you're doing and yeah, your mind and everything, but how you handling stuff ain't cool at all. Calling them people out just because you ain't get what you want, just because you think that they not doing, and just because you. This man, the daddy went out of town. It was said the daddy went out of town. I went to Gainesville not just justice for Drew. He said, I think you mad. I think you mad. Like, this man is a man too. Just like you are a man. Stop acting like you ain't never think with your shit. For real. Like, you tripping. Yo, I wasn't even supposed to go there. I was like, that shit really got me mad because I literally just listened to that right before I got on here. Got two videos for the last 2 days talking reckless. But you was all in the people's face, all in the people's ass, like smelling the sweat behind their necks. You know what I mean? Go get a life. Go read a book or something. Go find out how to make your own cup water, nigga. Stop. For real. You too vested. Way too vested. Get the man. Go somewhere. Release. Lord. Instead of making the persons who made cut water rich, dummy. Go get some business about yourself. Instead of worrying about what those people doing, what they collecting. I mean, divvied up the number for the t-shirts and $9,000. Who told you them people made $9,000? You calculated that. You put in on that information. You wanted that information and you put that out there like that. You try to make the family look stupid and bad. If anything, to me, they look like what family is. And it sounds like you mad about it. How about we ain't seen nobody in your corner? How about we ain't seen none of your family? It's just been your little peanut head ass. Like, go somewhere and sit down. Excuse my French. Yeah, it's rough on him. It's rough on tonight. 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, he's stupid. Go sit your dumb ass down. Go sit your dumb ass down for real. How about we ain't seen none of your family? It's just been your little peanut head ass. Like, go sit your Slim Jim. Boy, looking like a damn pencil. Get out of here. You sound like an alcoholic to me. If you ask me, you ain't got nothing else to think about, nothing else to do with yourself. Following leads. They got enough people. They got enough people doing what it is that they need to do. Mind your business. Anywho, back to the reading. This is about Lulu and Tyrone Davis Jr., aka Drew. I'm sorry, Drew, aka Lil Daddy Drew, aka T2. T2. The letter T and the number 2. And I'm assuming that is in reference to his father. All right. All right. So we have release as the first card. We also have 6 of Pentacles, which is the 6 of Coins, Earth, Energy. Oh, my little sweater's gonna keep knocking my cards out the way. Y'all have OCD when it comes down to my cards being aligned. But at some point, they will be all discombobulated, and I really be fighting hard to keep them in order. But nonetheless, we have the 10 of Wands here. Look at that. 10 of Wands. All right, we have the 2 of Cups, which is that Lovers card I talked about earlier. And I'm not even pulling out as many tarot cards as I did the last time. Um, the bottom of the deck here. Stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Oh my God, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. So that's to me what that card represents, being a five, the 7 of Wands. It represents in this story basically him. Everybody that all the videos make him look like what they call a simp. All the videos make it look like he was just head over heels for her, and it seemed that he was authentically was, and up until the time he left here, he was. And yeah, that whole not appreciating, you just don't appreciate. You don't appreciate what I'm doing for you. You don't, that kind of energy that he was, standing up for himself. He was letting her know that, look, I'm tired of what you're doing. I see what you're doing. I may not say much about what you're doing. People are telling me what you're doing, and I can see, but I gotta keep you close. I have to, to see. I have to actually see, and that's exactly why. That's another reason why I believe he took her out to that cabin, especially with her supposedly feeling down. That was the part that initiated the trip. I think too, um, it was also because he felt as if he took her away for a couple of days, someone was gonna definitely trying to get in touch with her. Like, yeah, trying to get in touch with her. I could see them being very secluded inside of that cabin and shutting off the outside world, and of course, having their time or what have you. And at some point, somebody got in touch with Lulu. A phone rang, a text came through. He read something, heard something, something happened that caused him to say, "You don't appreciate what I'm doing, what I do for you." It feel like, in the sense, I could see him saying, I'm being used. I'm being used, and this is part of the reason, partially the reason why he did this. All of the hearing, the things that he was hearing from his friends, Lulu this, his best friend that, and I don't know if y'all, if I did mention in the last video about his best friend Jason, or what have you, or one of his persons that he held close. Because I don't really believe that he deemed him as his best friend. That was a situation as like, you know, uh, you keep your enemies close, right? Your friends close and your enemies closer. And that's what that scenario was, especially Jason being an op at one point. It was said that allegedly that he was in one of Tyrone Davis's Jr. I'm sorry, Davis Jr.'s op, right? And so, with that being said, yeah, what changed? What could have changed? What could have changed in that time? This person being an op, and now you're considering him your best friend. Well, I think that was also a mask. He was wearing Tyrone Davis was wearing a mask when it come down to that person he called his best friend. Like I said, we keep our friends close and our enemies closer. And if you ask me, I feel like something was going to happen. A may Yeah, it was leading up to something happening between with that young man Jason. And I think too that well, spirit gave me, I will say that spirit gave me that in the last reading, the fact that yeah, it it just felt like, yeah, spirit gave me the fact that, yeah, it just wasn't right. Something is definitely not right about the situation, and there's a lot of lies and um misinformation that's being placed out there. So I mean, spirit has been dealing with me like for weeks. I've been knowing about this case since the end of December, beginning of January, the new year, which was so sad because I really thought it was like something old. And then all of a sudden I was like, December 26th. I mean, I'm sorry, 25. That was just like a week or so ago when I heard that. So that kind of threw me for a loop. And just to sit down and watch how this young man loved on this young lady is so like breathtaking. It was breathtaking. I don't know what she had to deal with behind the scenes. You know what I mean? Because I can imagine that he had all types of girls, all types of women coming for him. But at the same time, the love that he had for her was just mind blowing. Like if he had other women, it would be hard for me to kind of believe that he didn't set those kind of women straight, the ones that were possibly coming after him, that he didn't allow them to know. He didn't, like, he was not afraid of letting people know who he cared about and what he cared about. Because that young man, a shirt, he's with the young lady, and she's dressed beautifully. The day that they took the picture with this it looks like a hemp sweatshirt with a hoodie with her face plastered right on all over it. And I'm like, that who does that? Like, people don't do that no more. I don't think I've ever seen a man do such a thing. Nowhere. I don't care what uh time it was, the 80s, the 90s. I've never seen a man do such a thing. And I'm not saying he isn't, he's not, he can't do any wrong or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, like, wow. For I just think that he felt like he was being taken advantage of at some point. He got the inkling, he got an understanding, and I think that too, she was using the very same thing that, like things like sexual perversion that was keeping his attention. She was doing just a little bit, just enough, like narcissistic activity. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna call her a narcissist, but she kind of have a few of those tendencies. Um, yeah, doing just enough to keep him interested, to keep him doing what it is that he's doing, and what he was doing. There was numerous of reports that said that that her and his best friend will always be seen together. His good friend, his other friends would share that information with him, and I mean, to my knowledge, nothing was really done about it. Like he watched, and he didn't say much about those things. But I bet you any money, when he got with Lulu, he let Lulu know how he felt about Jason, how he really felt about that young man. And everything in me, um and that means spirit, everything in me tells me that she shared that information. She shared how Drew felt about. I don't know why I want to say Drew. I want to say Drew because when I look at the YouTube videos, the script actually says Drew, Dreu, instead of Drew. But yeah, I strongly believe um at some point she began sharing how Tyrone was feeling, actually felt about Jason. He was hiding and he was masking, just the same as she has been doing a lot of masking. With this moon card here, both of them were in a sense masking. But he actually, I really feel like he actually felt like that about her, and she lost. She lost. Look at the heart. She lost exactly what was for her. It was actually for her, and because of her not seeing past her greed and seeing past, yeah, lust, because that's what got her there to begin with, the whole lustful aspect. um and it may have even got him there, got them in the relationship that they were in. The lust thing, they supposedly were in an on and off relationship for like 10 years. I don't know if it was on and off, but I know it was like 10 plus years, or maybe it was long distance or so. But nonetheless, yeah, man, that's crazy. So again, we have release here. Let me take off my glasses, y'all, because that's what is messing me up with seeing. All right, so this first card, it says release, and the letters on the card is AZ, as in Arizona. All right, and it says endings that lead to new beginnings, and that's exactly what's happened. In a sense, with this card, I feel like he wants you all to know, all of his family members, all of his loved ones, the people that really truly cared about him, authentically cared about him, that he's okay. He's okay. And I know, we know, you should know that he's okay because of, God was preparing him. God was preparing him, and that's exactly why he was doing all the things that he was doing, giving the motivation. He was changing some things in his life. God was changing some things within him. And that is exactly why he was able to be vocal about it, share it. You know what I mean? He thought, he was in love, and he was in love. Not he thought, he was in love. And when a man is, feeling like he's being loved right, and yeah, it's to the mountaintop for him. You know what I mean? There's nothing he can't conquer. And that's in the sense that, like, it was almost what it seemed like he was doing. He owned his own trucking company. He had one truck, but that was a start. You know what I mean? And supposedly, allegedly, had, when he passed away, almost $200,000 within his account. Um, it was said that there hasn't been any receipts stating that, confirming that, but he had some money. He had a nice little bit of something, enough to do all of what he was doing and loving her the way that he was loving her. Like it was like money was no object when it came to her. And he showered her. He showered her with love and gifts and sweet somethings, not nothings, but a lot of sweet somethings. And yeah, it's so sad to see such a beautiful thing, and then this young man just loses his life, and his children though, his children. And going back to this man Polo, yo, how you talk this man's children? How you know they're not getting anything? That's crazy. I think you need to pipe down and like slow your roll for real. Like mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your business. The business that pay you. That's what you do. Mind the business that pay you, because I don't think that's paying you, right? The only payment you may be getting is from YouTube. Yo, mind your business. You saying too much and doing too much. For real, for real. Anywho, endings that lead to new beginnings, and his ending, you know, being, his untimely demise, and his new beginning being, um, so to speak, gaining his wings, in a sense. Again, God was preparing him, and yeah, I would say the Davis family, y'all loved him, but God loved him more. All right, and it was like I said, God was preparing him for what was happening. He makes no mistakes. Unfortunately, um, yeah, the enemy has a choice too. The enemy has a choice, just like we all have choices. And like I mentioned, the story, like how all people often say, um, how do bad things happen to good people. Well, that's because all are given choices to do right or wrong, good or bad, up, down, left, right, black or white. So there is again a choice, and that's where we are all needing to choose wisely, understand the scenario, and choose wisely. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's how it happened. How something bad can happen to good people, because we all have a choice. How bad things happen to little babies, how little babies are, you know, harmed, essayed, or whatever. It's because, again, I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I'm sorry. I think I had potatoes on my lip. I had I made some shepherd's pie. But anyway, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And then they took him from his innocence, his children. But I have a feeling that they are praying, a very close knit family and a very praying family, and they're gonna make sure those children are gonna be good. Well, whether they ever get the money back or not, that $250,000. But yeah, yeah, it's crazy. Anywho, again, endings that lead to new beginnings, the need to release situations or people that come back. Let's see, spiritual transformation. Told you, spiritual transformation. He has made it. Y'all did a good job with raising him the way that y'all did. Davis family. I can see that. Yeah. Again, it really seemed from the outside looking in, that you all really are one band, one sound, and we could appreciate, families, people can appreciate, on looking at that kind of love, right? I know I can. I can appreciate that thing, family. I can appreciate. It may not be like that within my family, and that gives me hope. Right? That will give one hope, that it can, it will. it, it may end up that way. You know what I mean? Close knit, and just to see that y'all are a God fearing family, and y'all are true believers in the Most High God, and yeah, that's exactly what's gonna get you through and enduring to the end of this whole process. Don't let no outsiders, don't allow, because that's what we do. We allow things, and don't let no outsiders to intrude. I see that. Yeah, have your boundaries, and I get you all allow people to have their input, and by putting it out there um on Front Street for everybody too, but some of the suggestions and some of the concerns and some of the things that people are saying, I understand they're not warranted, right? Y'all don't deserve it, and y'all doing the best that y'all can do, and again, some of us could definitely appreciate um, what y'all do as a family. Just seeing it reminded me of my family. My mother had 12. We had 12. Well, my grandparents rather had 12 children, 6 boys, 6 girls. One of my uncles passed away before my mom passed away, and that kind of made it. I think it's 10 and I'm sorry, 10. Yeah, 5 and 5. But nonetheless, yeah, just seeing that kind of reminded me of my family and how we would all get in my grandma and grandfather's house for the holidays, and just everybody would be everywhere, and it wouldn't be nothing if it wasn't that, right? Like, I miss that so much. I miss my grandparents, us all getting in the house all together with the matriarch, and that I miss all of that, and just to see that you all still operate under the guise of family is beautiful. You know, it's beautiful. So keep it up. Don't let the naysayers say and alter how it is that y'all are moving. Do what y'all do. Shame the devil. Shame the devil. Because he here to kill and destroy. And y'all too powerful of a family to allow an intruders to cause any conflict or confusion in y'all story. It's already enough. And already enough of that. Right? In December, the unthinkable, unfathomable happened. And now y'all have people that are just, yeah, doing way too much. And I get you have a platform, brother. I got you have a platform. I understand, but see, you don't have to tell nobody down to come up. You ain't gotta tell nobody people that's already down. You ain't gotta tell them down to come up. So, anywho, all right. This is the number six of Pentacles. JE is the initials on this card, and it says the good you do comes back to you. And that's exactly what was happening to him. That's why he was so blessed. And he didn't have to do much to get the blessings. His heart was what it was. It spoke for itself, right? It spoke for itself. People were able to count on him. That's where his loss is going to be felt. People were able to count on him, right? He was a giver. He was a giver. And see, the horrible thing about being a giver is you got to have boundaries. You have to have a cutoff, right? That's why he can sit and say to his best friend, "Yeah, we're gonna get it together." And maybe he actually felt like that about the young man. Maybe he did, or maybe, like I said, it was him keeping again his enemies closer. He needed to keep an eye on him, right? Making sure he's not coming up with nothing behind his back, allegedly, right? and he was always in a position to give too. But we got to be mindful of who we're giving to. Again, takers don't have boundaries, so the giver has to have boundaries. All right, so the 10 of Wands is here and says working too hard, too many hours, the need for balance in life. Let others help you, health problems due to stress. And that could be a mixture of both of their energy, especially with him um, being basically the breadwinner because he funded and footed everything. I'll say most things because they said that I mean, she gave, but I can't imagine her actually outdoing him. I don't know how funds look like, but it was very evident what his looked like, right? Um, and it seemed more like she was the consumer. Huh? Yeah. All right. So M-E, I'm sorry, M-E, M-I. I sound like my African friends. M-I is the initials on this card. And again, this is 10 of Wands, working too hard. Yeah, health problems due to stress. And that could have been partially the reason why she was feeling so down and feeling you know, the he said depressed, and he was trying to shake her from that mood. You know what I mean? He cares about her. And I like I mentioned before too, that I also believe that he was going to ask this young lady to marry him, and this may have been his time to see whether or not it was true as he thought it was, or maybe was he going to see the things that his friends was telling him that he had failed to see, or probably didn't want to see. Imagine you trying to ignore the flags, you see it, but you want to ignore it because this is something that you typically not that you're not used to. You're like you never looking at his past relationships, his children's mother. And I'm not saying she's not a beautiful woman, but she is, and we are all beautiful in our own way. But she is total opposite of what Lulu is. So imagine him, you know, taking everything. I mean, taking the stuff that she had been giving him. Not as faithful as she think he is. I mean, she's supposed to be in the relationship with him. You know what I mean? And again, having her agenda and prospects as to why she is even a part of it to begin with. She saw what this young man had. He was flashy, but humble in a sense. But he was still flashy. He had a little balance of both, right? Flashy, but also humble in a sense. And he can show you that he was humble through his words and even his moves. You know, outside looking in, you would have thought he was, a flashy guy. But all in all, if you could look past the flashy and actually gaze upon the hearts of people, his heart for that matter, um, you could actually see the humble underneath all of it, right? As little as he was a giant. All right, so um, and I think there are some folks that are kind of mad about that. And this man not even here anymore. This man not even here anymore, and he's still pissing people off. He was pissing folks off when he was here, and he's still pissing people off, and you could tell it's just what it is. Mm, it's crazy. All right, so this is the Two of Cups, emotions, love, right? All right, it said an RP. RP is in Paul, is the initials on the card. It says falling in love or the resurgence of a romantic relationship. Forgiveness and the ending of challenges. Yeah, exchanging of gifts. Don't give up on people you love. And see, that was the whole thing. That was the scenario. Everything that every part of this card, falling in love, or I'm sorry, falling in love, or the resurgence of a romantic relationship, and the on and off thing that was happening, the long distance thing that was happening between them, until they actually got the right recipe of what they thought was the right recipe and made it official, between the both of them. Imagine, her, uh, yeah, just, I mean, you could only fake the whole masking, the whole lust, the whole fake love thing for so long, right? Until you can't take, you won't be able to take it anymore, because their love, their genuine love, is gonna make you feel like shit. You're gonna have to get out of there. You're gonna have to find a reason, a way to get up out of there. You could do it for you can fake the funk for a minute, until, yeah, you can't do it anymore, because, like I said, this young man was about to ask his girl to marry. There was marriage in the picture, and it was coming soon. But again, he needed to see where he actually stood with his girl. That was the other reason why he brought her there. He didn't just bring her there just because, it was a getaway, um, for her to feel happy again. Why are you even depressed? Why should you even be depressed? You had a boot on your foot. You had a sprain, whatever it is, for the reason why you had the boot on your foot. Is that the reason you were depressed? Or because you were feeling trapped inside of a situation that you no longer wanted to be in, and you couldn't let it go, because letting it go means letting it all go, right? How dare you let it go and he replace you? It won't be hard. You knew that. You knew that. You absolutely knew. I know you knew that. Stop playing with yourself and stop playing with people. Okay? All right. And I'm going to say this too: falling in love is never a good thing. Stand in love, please. And that means for all of you, anyone who's listening, anyone who comes across this video, standing in love. Standing in love. Never fall in love. All right. Don't fall for nothing. Always stand for something. All right. So, yeah, stand like a giant. Told you. That's who he was. And this is who she was to him. This is who she was to him. That's why I say, I mean, he really felt like that about her. And Spirit is saying that that was really her guy, and she messed it up. She'll never get this again. She'll never get this again. If they've put lock her up, whatever it is that they do, if she's really associated with what's happening here, or what's happened to this young man, or she's in the middle of what's happened, if she has any way, shape, form, or fashion, any dealings with what happened to this man, yeah, she absolutely won't be. In fact, little big tiny girl in jail gonna get her. That she might get it in jail, but she ain't gonna never get this issue with this scenario, or this, yeah, that she had with Mr. Tyrone Davis Jr. Mm-mm, it'll never happen. And this wise counsel card came out as well. That came out the last time, and I referenced that to the actual PI, and I know that is absolutely facts. This is the second time that came out. Polo said it didn't. It's not facts. Polo said it was not facts, that those folks are using the money that they are collecting from the viewers and the people who are channeling with them, who are walking the walk and enduring with them, enduring with the family, right? Praying and communicating, and yeah, some of that um, encouragement and energy that they're getting ain't even money, right? You can't put a dollar on energy. Sometimes encouragement is what all people have to give. And I see them being very appreciative for that too. So for you to say that those folks want them people money, and just taking their money and doing whatever they want to do with it is mind blowing. It sounds like again you're mad. Yeah, sound like you're mad. You want them to fund your cut waters, right? I mean, you out in Gainesville. They said since you want to participate, why not? Okay, go ahead, participate. Do what you want to do. Do what you have to do, but don't drag us down. Don't try and take us down. That's our loved one. We here. You saw this. You saw the funeral was. Did you not see? Them people cared about their loved one, and for you to get on YouTube to act like the and speak like those folks is not caring about them folks. It was all in their ass in the beginning. You want to end on that conversation so your views can get so your in fact they have doubled, they have tripled because of this scenario. Thanks to Tyrone Davis's Jr., his untimely demise. That's crazy. All right. Somebody make sense for me. How you mad at with this family, the Davis's family? They ain't got nothing to do with you. Your last name Davis? I think not. Are you a part of the family? Nope. What are you talking about? Go find some business and tend to it. You way too emotional, way too vested. You out in Gainesville, you thought you would have called and they told me, could I get a hotel? Could I get, but a grown ass man sound like you begging to me. Sound like you begging to me, grown ass man. Sound like you want them to buy you a case of cut water. Boy, go sit your. You look like a cut water, boy. So somebody cut your water. Like for real. Sit somewhere down somewhere. Nobody trying to hear what you saying. Now you too emotional. Now you really sound like you a hater. Like this is what you've been wanting to say about the family. You see it? Looking like Squidward. Boy. Squidward looking ass. Told you. Same card came out. If y'all remember, you ain't gotta see the sound, you can see the cards that came out. Same cards. Same cards. Yep. Magicians. Mr. Make It Happen. That's who he was. Mr. Make It Happen. A magician. Mr. Make It Happen. Very loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive. That's who he was. Spirit is saying who he was and how he did not deserve what it was that he got. As a result of him not being here anymore. He didn't deserve that. And all she had to do was be honest with herself and walk away. But of course she wouldn't. She couldn't. Because that would mean leaving everything in reference to him alone. His money, his gifts, all the love he was giving her. Imagine she sat back and she thought about it. Let me weigh my options. Couldn't even fathom someone being in her situation and him and her, that person loving him right. I'm talking about really, if she got what she got by masking and pretending, just imagine a one who was loving him right. You heard me? Stop playing. Stop fucking playing. Excuse my French. Stop playing. Stop playing. Imagine the one who was loving. Imagine the one that would have been loving him right. That could have been if she would have moved to the side and let the right one see him. Huh? She didn't want to lose all the accolades. I can lose him, but not the accolades. I really don't want him. And then if you look at how I said that Lulu wasn't typically the one that he would, that he would be involved with because it looked like, that was out of his league at one point. Have you look at his past relationships, and vice versa? It wasn't typically he's not typically the guy that she would actually go for. She like flashy, thugged out. And not to say that he wasn't, he was a man. He was a protector. And he knew how to be the man, as be the man and a man. Her man. Huh? At that, her man. And didn't have a problem with letting nobody know. You know? Loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, plan carefully before taking actions. See? That's who he was. That's who he was. Um, and look, wait for a perfect time. And then I tell y'all, he brought her to that cabin, not just to make her feel better about herself. She was moping and doping and all of this stuff. And he felt the need to take her outside of her norm at the time, of what she was feeling like, and put her in a different environment to make her feel better about what was happening. But it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that. Look, paying attention to detail. That's what this clause says. Be careful. Look, plan carefully before taking actions. Remember, I said he brought it to the cabin to before he made that final that thing where he was like, okay, I'm about to lock her down. I'm about to this about to be my girl because we've been through this. We all these years together. Lulu, my girl, it's my baby. You know what I mean? I'm ready to do it. If we pass this weekend, she mine forever. That's this is his mentality. This is his mentality. But before making the move, he wanted to plan carefully before taking actions. So the plan was to take it up to get his answers. Now watch this. Wait for perfect timing. I'm sorry. Plan carefully before taking actions, but then get going. Pay attention to the details. Wait for perfect timing. Wait for the perfect timing. A guardian angel or someone who watches over you. Look, there you go. Guardian angel, someone who watches over you. That's who he was. He was the protector. He was her protector. He wanted to be literally her knight in shining armor. I love you, Lulu. How do you go from that to being dead? Excuse me, unalive, not here anymore, not here to say I love you, Lulu, no more. Yeah, we can only pretend for so long, man. We can only pretend for so long. All right. So then we have the number eight, Eight of Pentacles. G is the letter associated with this card. And it says learning all you can about a subject or career, going back to school, taking a seminar, or finding a mentor. Attention to detail, uh, skill, skilled work that you love, and that was definitely all his energy. That's definitely still all of his energy. We have another knight here too. Always on the go. That came out as well last reading. This I think is the only card that did not come out in last reading. And I think maybe no magician as well. Magician and the what is this? Seven of Wands. All right. So again, learning all that you can learn about a subject, peeping out the game, peeping game. That's what he was doing. Learning what he can learn about that situation. He heard all of what he was hearing from the family, from the friends, the shit that was happening behind his back. He was pretending not to see. He was actually seeing, but pretending not to see. He was calculating. He was watching. He was pretending. I mean, not pretending. He was watching. Just wasn't being vocal about everything. Right. He needed to get enough so that he can. move in a direction that he, would be more fulfilling when he get his answers, right? Yeah, going back to school, taking a seminar. I don't think that that's affiliated with the situation. I don't know. Maybe someone, there was some talk about somebody going to school, but I don't think that affiliates with this story. I think this one is dealing with, again, the learning about a subject, meaning a matter, not just a subject in school or anything like that, but a matter, a situation, learning more about a situation. Um, Before you actually react, before you actually move, do what it is that's set on your heart. All right. Paying attention to detail and being skilled and being paid for what it is that you love. And that was kind of what he was doing, doing the things that he loved. And that's, not many people are in a position to do that these days. Folks are working for other folks and not able to work for themselves. You know what I mean? And that's a little aspiration he was, encouragement he was giving others by allowing them to see him do what he do. Right. So 6 of wands, the letter U, is associated with this card. It says victory, wise choices that brings public recognition and success, promotion, awards, and scholarships. So yeah, people saw him make his moves. They saw him a lot, and to be honest with you, it's almost like, yeah, he had a lot of people counting him out. He had folks around him, and maybe he wasn't using his discernment as good as he could or needed to, to see the people, places, and things that he that didn't serve his destiny, who didn't fit along with, you know God's ideal um, life for him that was written for him. You know what I mean? Even if Lulu was that person, because it's actually saying that she was, and she like literally messed it up. This is how the man was looking at you, bro. It's crazy. Telling you, he was about to lock it down, about to lock it down, and he just needed the for sure answers. And I'm telling you, either he was gonna marry her that night. I mean, not marry her that night, but it would have been talk about, that would have been something that, if they would have made it through the weekend without any interruptions, any you know, confusion, that's what the next thing was gonna be, marriage. Either that, or they were gonna walk away from each other. He was getting tired of something, tired of the inconsistencies from her, tired of it being one sided, tired of her pretending. Uh, Folks can feel that when you pretending, and the saddest part about it is the pretender don't believe. You know, they think they're under the radar. They're going unnoticed. Their efforts are going unnoticed. Right? Pretenders only play themselves. The great pretender. That's what we're gonna call Lulu. The great pretender. Hmm? I think that is a good ring to it. And he found out something. I'm telling you, the phone went off. The phone, it was something to do with the phone. The best friend, somebody called her phone. It ain't have nothing to do with his phone, but had everything to do with her phone and them secrets. She was in the shower, he was in it, or I don't, something happened. The ringer was supposed to be off. It's supposed to be secluded. It's just me and you, you and me, nothing else. The outside world is completely out of sight, out of mind, right? And then all of a sudden, Hey, who that is? All it took was that. See, I brought you all the way out here. I brought you all the way out here to make you feel good, and you entertaining another. Well, go be with him then. Why you here? We all know why she was there, Tyrone. We know why she was there. Jay, Jason, your best friend, was her type, but he had a money. You did. So she figured if she can get both by sticking around, by giving you enough to make you stick around, right? Secrets, mad secrets. I'm telling you, there was either going he was gonna walk away from this situation, and she was about to be mad. She was mad about that. After he called her out on her stuff. You don't appreciate nothing I do. That ain't how that just came about. You think he just started saying you don't appreciate what I do? Yeah, man, been saying that. He been saying that. He probably was like, "Yo, I can have multiple yous. Lulu, I choose you though. Why you keep playing with me? You want that? I'm gonna let you have them." Imagine when he said he threw in the towel. Imagine how she really felt after that. She really didn't want to be in that no more, and refused to walk away because of what she was gonna lose as a result of it, Lulu. Yeah, we know. Um, yeah, she didn't want to let that go. She didn't mind letting him go, but she didn't want to let what he had go. The offers and the gifts, right? Never wanting for nothing. So she could have his best friend hang around and still get his money and still be labeled as his girl and do just enough to get all of what she's getting. Insane. And crazy enough, that would make outside women want him more. Seeing him wear your face on a shirt. Cause like, damn, if he could do that for somebody who don't appreciate him, imagine the one who actually appreciates him. Oh, secrets. The moon. The cold, cold moon. Huh? All right. H is associated with this, and it says, "Listen to your throat chakra is dealing with me." All right. So listen to your intuition and pay attention to signs from the divine. There you go. That's why it had to come to this. Not him losing his life, of course, but that getaway. The getaway was to separate the what from what, who from who, and yeah, it was gonna finalize some things. That's what folks don't know. It was either they were going to again get married or walk away from each other. And Lulu wasn't having neither one of them. Lulu wasn't having neither one of them. She wasn't ready. She didn't like him enough, not even love him enough. She didn't like him enough to marry him, to pretend to marry him. Because they have families, I mean, they have people that actually do this on a regular. Like it's been done since the beginning of the time, being betrothed, right? Different countries have the young lady and the man don't even know each other, two different families, but they're put together and eventually over time they grow to love each other. Or maybe not. Some scenarios I've seen that happen. I have a lot of foreign friends that are from different countries and I've seen it happen. One of my friends, she's actually it was a she was my sister in law. I dated a guy from Senegal, West Africa, and his sister. She dated a guy here in the United States, but she was betrothed in Africa, and she had to leave here and go marry her husband in Africa. And they have been together, have a daughter, and they've been together forever. And she, before she left, she was like, "I don't want to go because I don't know what if I don't like him." And baby, love the ground he walks on. I'm talking about a beautiful daughter. When I tell you, she is so beautiful. The eye, oh my God. Anyway, she's gorgeous. But imagine if she would have never taken that leap of faith, and she'd still be here dealing with somebody who wasn't even intending on or thinking about. That wasn't even an option for this other person, you know. But it's in her culture for that to happen, you know. And she went and she's been married ever since. And I think that was like 2011, 2011, 2012 ish. Yeah. So, yeah, man. Why revelations? It says revelations that make, I'm sorry, that will make everything clear. And I have revelations in the description. Unnecessary worry, let go of your fears, revelations that make everything clear. That was the moon card. Yeah. Secrets that were once hidden are about to come out. Wise counsel. And that's how they're gonna come out. Secrets that were once hidden are about to come out, and wise counsel is about to bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. Yeah, and they go to loss. Let me read what wise counsel. And S is associated with this card. It says unity with a. Hold on. Oh, make sure I'm being. Okay, just wanted to sound, make sure the sound was still rolling because see, last time I was a little perturbed. I was a bit perturbed, not a bit. I was big mad in here. That's why I didn't come on the next day. I left the cards here and was like, I'm a little pissed. So I'm gonna just chill out for a second and then come back to it. You know, I didn't want to give y'all that energy I was having after I realized the video wasn't working. All right, so yeah, unity with a spiritually minded community. Ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Then I see the answers. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. hmm Yeah, what's best for the family, what's best for the truth, what's best for, you know, and what's best was actually hiring this PI. If you want to donate to the family and all of that stuff, please do so. If you're in position to do so, do so. You know, God is gonna bless you. Do it with a willing heart, right? And God is gonna bless you. God will bless you. All right. So number three, and it's the three of swords. A Z is another is the initials associated with this card. This is the second time AZ came out. And it says great sadness that will heal with time. Let go of the past, personal growth, and I'm sorry, personal growth that comes from challenges, healing, misunderstandings, being there for those in need. Yeah, imagine that. Look at the card. Look at the heart. She got the heart. The man is like consoling her in a sense. Yeah, great sadness that will heal with time. Indeed, family, family. Endure to the end. Don't give up. Allow the naysayers to say, long as they ain't, you know, doing nothing to harm the cause. And if there are no weapon formed, no weapon formed, and make sure y'all stand on that. No weapon formed will prosper, and if they do form, they shall never ever prosper, especially against um them who are doing it for all the right reasons. You know what I mean? Who are standing for all the right reasons, and Spirit says victory is yours, Davis family. In the end, victory is for y'all. Burping, and that's another sign of spiritual energy. That's all. Excuse me. Yeah, recognition, success, promotions. Yeah, it's gonna be victory in the end of all of this. That's what, at the end all be all. I promise you, y'all will have the clarity. Y'all will have the truth. Y'all will have the victory. That's an absolute. Stay on the path to righteousness. Stay on the path to understanding, right? Don't lose your footing. Don't allow folks to lose your footing. I mean, don't allow, yeah, folks to come in to change your stance. You know why you're doing it. You know why you're standing for Joe. And nobody gonna understand it like y'all understand it. Y'all a family. Tell them folks get their own family, and the ones the naysayers, some get their own family and have something to say about it. You know what I mean? Get your own family and have something to say about it. Over here, we got this. Let them know. Yeah, we appreciate what you've done, but we can take it from here. So, and then gonna tell folks how to spend their money, what to do with their money. The folks is blessing them with. All right. Somebody got some explaining to do. Not explaining. Somebody got some explaining. Stop playing with yourself. All right. KN is the initials on this card here. Fire card. Somebody may be a fire sign, like I mentioned before. It could be a Cancer here as well. Earth, air, and water. No, I don't have any air. I don't have any air. Oh, yes, I do. The lost card. It is air. It's a sword card. All right, so passionate, confident, charismatic, restless. This actually came out in the other readings too. Not so much this one here where it's talking about protective, dedicated, and loyal. But passionate, confident, charismatic, restless. As this call was actually saying that he's always on the move, always getting the job done. Mr. Fix It, Mr. Make It Happen. The magician, Mr. Make It Happen. You know, you can count on him, very reliable, right? Um, trust your instincts. That's another card that speaks about trusting your instincts, and that's what he didn't do in the beginning. He didn't trust his instincts as it comes to it. Because I think if he did, he would have never even he wouldn't have even been on a road to wanting to please her in that manner, meaning having her yeah, bringing her out in the middle of nowhere to have that quiet time with it. And it's a beautiful thing sometimes, but I get it why he did it. You know, I get why he did it. It wasn't just because he that was the underlying excuse, but overall he needed to see what was really popping. So if he get her by herself, he was able to see the ands, ifs, does, and buts. He was able to see all the commas and exclamation points. He was able to see all of those things, right? Numbers being dialed, phones ringing. He was able to see those things. If it was just them two, no best friend, no nobody, no children, no family. It's just us is in this place. Yeah, and I'm about to see what's really real. What my eyes couldn't see in the beginning. Yeah, or what I was failing to see, or what I didn't want to see. Yeah, you he was ignoring the red flags, and spirit was telling him you should have listened to that in the beginning. Listen to his intuition in the beginning. You should have been aware and stayed aware. Instead, it took for friends and family to open his eyes and then actually see it for himself. Because he honors some of the people that are around him. He honored their word. He honored the things that they say and how they feel, being on the outside looking in on his scenario. Again, they are a close knit family, you know. But he kind of didn't want to let her go either. It was too good to be true. He didn't want to let her go either. But if she was in her right frame of mind, or if she was, you know, wasn't masking or being there for all the right reasons, it would have worked. It would have worked. But she had other agendas, other underlining reasons, right? Hidden agendas. But Spirit said, have no fear, Davis family. Victory is near. All right. Yeah. All right. So JE is this the second time JE came out. The initials JE. All right. And this is the 8 of Cups. All right. The need to move on. This was her guy. But because of, again, how she honestly felt about him, it couldn't even be hidden anymore. Spirit exposed her because of how he felt about her. Imagine when you're talking about God and when you encouraging people, you uplifting people, when you are in a different that frame of mind, healing a healed frame of mind. Mm. When you are in that frame of mind, man, anything that is unequally yoked with you is gonna be exposed. It gotta be removed. That's the reason why it was exposed. And he was getting his answers that night. And with sexual perversion, she was pulling him in and out of that energy. And then it'll go right back to it because all they gotta do is think about it. Or the opportunity presents itself again and it just pop up like a you know, a sore thumb. She couldn't hide it. He saw it. He saw what was happening. That night made it official. That night in the cabin, not the cabinet, the cabin. Um, yeah, it made it official. He asked for the truth. And see, when you ask for the truth, when you ask God the truth, for the truth, and when you're speaking about God, it comes with truth. He never gonna leave his people blind, especially the ones who's promoting his agenda, God's agenda. When you out here promoting God's agenda, right or wrong, good or bad, even if you speaking and you might not be living right, the same God you claim to know is gonna be the same God to expose. That's it. That's the story. If you claim to know him, he is exposing everything and come with you. You dig? Is transparency when it comes down to the Most High God, right? Clarity, not confusion. There's always going to be clarity. He is not the author of confusion. Excuse me. Yeah, stand up for yourself and your beliefs. Have confidence. Challenge those in power. Yeah, challenge her. Challenge how she says she love you. How? Not by receiving phone calls from all hours of the night, different. He go on her phone and he finding messages that he found messages, or like I said, he got call. They got a call. She got a call rather. Now she got a text where she thought her phone was off, and that sucker went ding. And as feeling good as he was feeling, You dig? As good as he was feeling, he heard that thing, and it changed the atmosphere in the room. Who that is, babe? What you mean? Who that is? Oh, don't worry about it. Don't. It's just me and you. It's off. That it was just. Let me see. If you can't let me see, yeah, I'm done. I'm kind of cause it feel like, I'm unappreciated. Like you don't appreciate what I'm doing for you. I did all of this. I with the best interest of you. Wanting to make you feel good. In turn, making us feel good. If you feel good, I feel good. Hmm? I'm doing what's best for us. We're not even married yet, and I'm showing you how it is I feel for you, or what's the potential of it all. And I know potential can get this person stuck, but at the same time, it was evident. It was evident. And I'm not saying that money and power and or the gifts that he was giving her was everything, but it was parts of it, right? People say you don't pay attention to what a person say. You watch what they do. Watch what they do, yo. And it was evident. He wasn't just his sayings, his words was matching his actions. That's the thing. See, if it was something different, if his words wasn't matching his actions, then that's manipulation. But his words was equating to his actions. What you talking about, Willis? They were equating to his actions. Okay, we can go ahead and turn it on. I didn't realize. Okay, yeah, I'm just saying. So he was like, and typically he might hear they could be at home and the phone might ring or the thing might ding, and here it is. He might not have said nothing about it, but it was that night when he was very particular about that night. All of you, how he had it set up. You saw the boxes and the games and stuff they were playing. He had it set up. That was he thought carefully about that. It didn't just happen for nothing. I promise you. The guise was he wanted to make her feel better, but he needed his answers. He needed some clarity. He was hearing what the people were saying, and he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to believe it. He didn't want to believe that about his girl and his best friend. His best friend, right? He didn't want to believe that. He had to actually see it from himself. He heard people talking about it. He saw the hanging around each other and stuff like that. However, he just chalked it up to him it being his best friend and his girl. I don't think he ever would imagine that it would have gone the way that it went with them. But they definitely had something. Him and her and his best friend. And 9 times out of 10, that's exactly who it was who texted her or who called her. Imagine him letting them know, man, this bitch, why he calling you? What is he saying? Why? Because this my op anyway. This I cause. Imagine how many times that happened, and she shared how he really felt about Jason to her, to his girl. But he forgot that sometimes his that Lulu used to hang with him. You know, yeah, the perfect opportunity to show how Tyrone actually felt about him, about Jason. Imagine them trying to beat him, Tyrone, to the punch, stopping him in his tracks at what? how he's handling Jason, treating him with a long handle spoon. Like, I mean, not a long handle spoon, but keeping him near rather. Long handle spoons making you further away. So no, keeping them close. Yeah, keeping them close. And if you gotta act like you've gotta live like that with a gentleman, if you somebody else, yeah, that's evident right there. If you gotta move in that way, yeah, he should have just um, adhered to his intuition, what it was that he was feeling. The folks around him again was throwing it in his ear. He was seeing what he was seeing, but he wanted to, yeah, make excuses for it. He made excuses for it. You know, he thought he actually had her. His money had her though, not him. His what he had, what he can give her, had her, not him. So imagine him saying, "Man, you can go your way, and I'm gonna go mine. After this, we done. After this, we done. Like we done. After picture why he after this, we done. We can just go now. They went got pizza. We could just go. Let's go get something to eat. You're not drink. You're not thinking straight. We've been drinking. You know what I mean? How she trying to convince him that's not what he really want? Like no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not. We're not leaving each other alone. Imagine her in a bit of rage because now he said after all of that, I love you, Lulu. It could. She got people texting and calling, and he finds out the truth, and he said, "Yeah, we good. I came here to find out this. This is what I came here for. I told you it was but yeah, I had my reasons for me too. I needed to understand. I needed clarity. I needed to see what I saw, for which I hoped I didn't see, but it's what I see. It's reality. It's the real. Yeah, it's the real. You playing in my face. You playing in my face, and yeah, we done. We good. You don't appreciate me. You don't appreciate nothing I'm doing. Nothing I've done. Because if you could do all of this behind my back and still believe that you gonna reap these benefits, nah. Like, what are you really in love with? Me or my money? Well, he got an answer that night. He got his answer that night. And unfortunately, when he responded for every action, there's a reaction. There was an action per her, and that reaction for him was, yeah, we gonna call it quits. We good. We gonna be good. It's evident who you want. You entertaining the whole in my face, and this is supposed to be our time. I did this for you. None of them because you dealt with, even the ones you wanted, ain't did this. And I'm talking New Orleans, not ain't did this. And you want to play me like a sucker? You don't appreciate me and nothing I do. Yeah, you can kick rocks. No, I don't want to go. I love you, and then it's too late for that now. It's too late for that now. Yep, I gave you chance after chance, and I forgave you each time. And I continued out. We continued the relationship, 10 plus years. Undoubtedly, I'm not enough. You can kick rocks. You can move around. Somebody's gonna appreciate this, huh? Imagine her thinking about that somebody that could appreciate that. Everything she got and she's kicked to the curb. Like, I can't get this no more. Oh, she have a problem with that. She's gonna have a problem with it. That's like saying I'm gonna give you a $1,000 allowance check every month. You're gonna be looking for that check. If it's gone, you're gonna have a problem with that. Like, where is that? Especially if that's your only source of income, your only source of getting. And I'm not saying she didn't have no money or didn't have her own job, but it was very, very evident and apparent who the breadwinner was. Come on, actuality. I like it real, real. All right. Again, stand up for yourself and let your belief. I'm sorry, and your beliefs, and have confidence. Challenge those in power. And that's exactly what he did. She thought she had the power. She thought she was in power. Um, until he said, "You don't appreciate me. We good. I don't even want this no more." You know, it's evidence you don't want this no more. Why are we here? You know, this love is one sided. There's no fun when you're the only one in love, right? Sexual perversion. So sad. So very sad. I was supposed to go somewhere tomorrow, yo. I don't think I'm going nowhere. I'm tired. I had a long week. I combined 2 decks to get this deck here, y'all. So bear with me. I don't think I've shuffled this many cards at one time. Thank you. Look at the heart. In reverse, too. Pumping. Ping. I'll take cards off the floor, but this one says common interest. And at one point, they may have had common interest, you know. But sometimes people grow. In 10 years, a lot can happen. Growth can definitely happen. Your intention was to grow together and you grew apart. All right. That flipped out. I mean, flop down. Can I get a flipper? I'll take that one. All right. Look, fantasy. Told you. Secrets and lies. You get it now? Do you get it now? I'm just saying, fantasy. And that's all she was, in a sense. Not she wasn't a fan, just a fantasy to him. Like I said, she was somebody that, again, he wasn't typically used to. You know, face, her body. She was a beautiful girl. She had a nice body, and you know, that was, yeah. He signed up for that. He wanted that, and it was evident that he wanted that. He showed her in so many ways. He showed the world of his viewers that he wanted her. But this to let me know about that sexual perversion was definitely in the building. Yep. Secrets and lies. She knew how to keep them interested. She knew exactly what to do to keep that money flowing in her direction. She knew. And it was just enough. Not too much, just enough. That's why he felt like it was one sided. Look, third party. Think it's a game. Think it's a game. And what I just told y'all, sometimes you grow together and sometimes you grow apart. Mutual growth. Y'all saw it fall out. Stop playing. Divine timing at the bottom of the deck. That was his time to get his answers. Everything happened the way that it needed to. Unfortunately, he had to lose his life. Look, mutual effort. Spirit is saying that that's exactly what it needed for it to work. And that's not how it. Oh my God. Look what's in my hand, y'all. Then I say, what I said, the lady said she did not want to walk away. She didn't want to be there, but she didn't want to walk away from all the extremities, all the accolades, all the lanyard, all the goodness that came along with masking, with pretending. She didn't want to lose all the goodness because right after she lost him, it wouldn't have been hard for him to, not to say that he wouldn't have been hurt to have lost her because there was somebody he truly loved. However, it wouldn't have been hard for somebody else to be right next to him, fight for a spot, fighting for her spot. She was reneging on it anyway. She never really wanted it anyway. She wanted what she wanted until it was she couldn't pretend anymore. One more. Look, walking away is at the bottom of the deck. Let me see if it's gonna come out. There you go, Masinoi. Why we have no strings attached to it. That's the wrap. Make a move. Bust a motherfucking move. Yeah, baby. All right, so you see the card, huh? Secrets and lies. Lies, lies, and alibis. Secrets that cause confusion. Secrets that causes conflict. Right? Right? Secrets and lies. Excuse me. Not everything here is what it seems. Lies, omissions, or double lives could be distorting the connection. Well, that's it. And they have third parties here. That confirms it. I'm telling you. Definitely. Absolutely. That's sickening. Lord, but I love the truth. Nothing but the truth. So me God. Because you can do more with the truth than lies. Right? You can accept it and move forward and move accordingly with the lives. When folks move funny, absolutely move out their way. Don't stop them. You give them enough rope to hang themselves, and that's exactly what happened. Don't stop them. Make them think you don't see, because they're gonna get. Then when you don't say nothing about it, they're gonna get loose. They're gonna get loose and act like think that, yeah, you really don't see, right? Becoming confident in what it is that they do. Yeah, let them become confident. Let them hang themselves. I'm gonna give her a little rope and she gonna hang herself. Hmm. And that's what he did. All right. Yeah, fantasy. And she could have been very, very much so that prior to him even becoming a thing in her life, or vice versa. He looked at her as that and actually fell for it. She used what she knew to get him, right? Once you get him in your bed, you can get them in your head, or you're in their head forever. And that's what she used, right? Third party. There's someone else in this energy field. Told y'all. And their presence is creating distance, doubt, and distortion. Couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. Thank you, Spirit, for all of this information that you were giving to the people. through me. I'm very grateful. All right. We are very grateful, right? All right. So mutual growth. And it says you inspire and say you inspire each other to become the highest versions of yourselves, and your love is the container for the evolution. And I think that that was maybe how it began. You know how it began. She probably took to it a little bit and was like, okay, what's the worst that can happen? I don't like them how this is not what I'm used to, but the money will make it right. You know, the money will make me feel better. I'm not really settling for less if I, you know, money will make you turn on your mama. That's crazy. I've seen it before. Not me. I ain't never did it before. I don't play with my mama dead or alive. She gone and been gone for 27 years. Still don't play with her. Still don't play with her. That's the respect. You see? But anyway, divine timing. And this is exactly what it was, divine timing. It may not feel like it for the family and the friends, the people who love and cared and held them near and dear. But God has a way of doing things. God has a way of doing things. All right. Divine timing, timing. This may feel slow or uncertain, and it may also correlate with the actual uh, what the PI is investigating and are doing, um, the moves that they're going to be making throughout their investigation, because they are not associated with the Gainesville police, that PI, in fact. All right, so again, divine timing, it says things may feel slow or uncertain, but the universe is right on time. Love is unfolding exactly when love will unfold exactly when it's meant to. All right, let's just be adamant and be all out wrong. All right, be saying all the wrong things. It's is be looking like in. Yo, my eyes is weird. All right, so yeah, mutual effort. Um, you are both showing up, checking in, and putting in the work. That's what makes this love thrive. Yeah, and that's what got him in it to win it. That's what had him feeling, you know, like, but that was pretending from her energy. In the beginning, it may not. Well, I'll say that. Yeah, that's the energy that I'm feeling it from the very beginning to, like, yeah, masking, just doing enough, the bare minimum. Right? When she really didn't want Tyrone the way that Tyrone wanted her. It's unfortunate, but it is absolutely the scenario. Afraid to leave. Right? You're staying because the unknown feels scarier than the unhappiness you have normalized. Hmm. You see that? Wait, you listen. I just realized what this says. I got tears about to come out my eyes from the yawning. Excuse me. It says afraid to leave. You're staying because the unknown feels scarier. The unknown feels scarier, meaning if I walk away, will I ever get the chance to have all of this again? Would I find someone else who would shower me with as much love as this man has shown me? Nah. Not even the men that was before Tyrone, the ones you prefer, did what Tyrone is doing. Some of us with discernment can see. Lou, Kiara, that's her real name, y'all. All right, so yeah, then the unhappiness you've normalized and been unhappy in this situation, but been plastering a smile on your face, been very unhappy. If this was Jay that you were involved with the money that Tyrone had, that would be right up your alley. You wouldn't even care what the naysayers thought. You would have ran for what it is that you know, what you absolutely know. You would have went with it. You would have went with your move if you hadn't already. You would have went with your move if you had not already. Right? What did Tyrone find in that phone? When that phone went off, who was it? And why were they calling when they knew? Everybody knew. Y'all was secluded. Y'all was doing y'all thing. No man allowed. Like Rihanna. Right? You're staying because the unknown feels scarier than the happiness you've normalized. I'll go ahead and suck up the sadness while I'm taking all this money. I'll suck up. Like, I don't want to be here, but it'll make it okay by giving me some of that money. Huh? I'll suffice. It said, and stop being around folks that just tolerate you. Because she was just tolerating him. That's why he can feel the feeling of unappreciativeness, right? Money problems. You're not on the same page financially, and it's bleeding into your emotional connection. There you go. There you go. I told you in the last reading. I don't know if that part was actually in the parts that was able to you were able to hear, but I actually spoke about somebody having a money crisis, and I mentioned Lulu, and I also mentioned the mother, his mother, Tyrone's mother, that we were going to find out she is in some type of financial battle, some type of financial issue, a strain, money problems, and so to speak. That's how the money come up missing. It wasn't just Lulu; it was a three-part activity. If one say something, if one go down, three is going down. Three is going. If one go down, three is going down. It was a group effort. The whole scenario. The whole scenario. When it came down to the unaliving him, that was a three-part scenario, and sadly enough, yeah, mama can play those games too. I told you money can make you do anything. Yeah, against your mama, mama against son, mama against sister. It is. I've seen. I know I'm not the only one who's seen how money can tear a family apart. Right? And Quadras kept. He felt like that was his queen, his mother. He loved the hell out of her. However, yeah, to a certain extent, and you could tell he would give and give and give. But the day she asks for something, asks for something where it looked like, yeah, she was overstepping her boundaries. He didn't have a problem with telling her no, no, man, no, yeah. Loving yourself, that came out. Remember, I told y'all that. All right, loving yourself is the ultimate romance. Invest in you, grow, glow, and get to know how great you really are. And see, that's where he would be if he would have listened to his awareness, would listen to his guidance, listen to his intuition. That's exactly where he would be because he would have saw everything. You say, let me tell you, my saying is ignoring the red flags in the beginning will be the very same reason it caused it to end in the end. Voila. He was ignoring the red flags because he didn't want it to be what it was, or what he thought it was, or what the people said it was. He wanted everybody to love his relationship with his girl as much as he loved her. And that's probably partially the reason why he didn't see anything too, you know, out the box as it comes to Jason and her hanging around each other, you know. Hmm, deep. No strings attached. It says it starts with no strings, but even the most casual ties can tangle fast when the boundaries get blurred. And we talked about that. We talked about that in the beginning of the reading. The boundaries. And I told you it started out fast when they actually did it. They got together. It started out fast. It became very intimate. I mean, sexual. It was sexual in the beginning. And she knew exactly what to get, and she used what she knew. Like I said, she knew exactly how to get that man with that money, how to get the flashy one, to get the look she was looking for at the time. It suited what she needed at the time. But it came to a point where, you know, she was beginning to feel smothered. She didn't really want to be where she was. She really didn't want to be there. But she was just again afraid of leaving because yeah, the money wasn't going with her too when she leave. The money stayed yeah, with the man, the giver. Yeah, that's how it went. Stop playing, Lulu. The folks about to know. The folks is about to know. And FYI, oh my God, FYI, fake flexing, not him. I can't imagine him being the one that was fake flexing. Ex rich flossy money, ex fancy show off. Okay, maybe that is him, but not fake. I don't think he was fake flexing. I don't think he was fake flexing. He actually got it. He actually had it like that. But yeah, flashy, fancy, yeah. Dirty offer was at the bottom of the deck. Let's see if it falls out. Pull them one. Let's see. Wow. You see that shit? Ain't shit. Can you imagine what that who that is? Who that pertains to? I'll give you one. Yeah, guess. All right. It says carless, no car, repo car issues. I don't know who that applies to. But for some strange reason, I don't know why Polo came to mind. I don't know. I don't know. The guy Polo, aka Cutwater, aka Squidward. Yeah, yeah. He looking for folks money. He counting them other people money. That's like you seeing my pay stub and you think it belonged that it should have been deposited in your account. Art? The audacity. How you mad at these folks? How many of you to be a part of the family? How many of you to be a part of the family? All that tripping, those fell out, y'all. So that was a flipper, but it flipped inside the deck. Oh, how about a round of applause? Standing ovation. Look, a love triangle flipped over in the deck. Threatening flipped over. I'm gonna say I wasn't at the bottom of the deck. It flipped over in the deck. I don't know what I said just now. Milsy. And ego kept coming out. I don't know if y'all saw that. Same shit, different day, ego, and into you. Good chemistry, good vibes, positive. And that's, like I said, that was the energy that it was in the beginning. You know, everyone, it wasn't lust. I mean, love. It was definitely lust that started the situation. It was lust. It was lust. It was infatuation. It was ego. Same shit, different day. The family members knew. They read out well. I mean, imagine people that love you sitting back watching you being used. Nah, they gonna tell you something about it, especially if they love you. If they're your people, they gonna tell you. They gonna remind you of who you are and why you shouldn't be settling for somebody. You ain't that desperate for somebody to be sitting around using you. You ain't that desperate, brother. Hurt ego, getting away getting in the way of a relationship. The ego is getting in the way of a relationship. Yeah, crazy enough, that's her. And I can actually say that being him. I can't say that being him, but definitely loyal, dedicated, protective, apprehensive, planning carefully before taking actions. Yeah, perfect timing, waiting for perfect timing, God's timing divides timing that came out. Um, yeah, and a guardian angel. Yep. Passionate, confident, charismatic, restless, always doing his due diligence. Yeah, and certain folks reaping the benefits of it. You know, same shit, different day into you. Like I said, excuse me, that very well may have been how the relationship started. You know, and it could have progressed to be something great because she didn't know that he was the one. He was her one, and that she'll never get this energy again. She'll just she did what she did or whatever it was. This man not here anymore, and any man she find after, she gonna be comparing him to him. Any man she find after Tyrone, crazy enough, it's never gonna be enough. Now she's gonna understand over time. Yeah, that was actually a loss. That was a big loss for you, girl. A big loss for you that you'll never get back again. You're gonna have people playing you ain't shit ass people coming for you. Cause that's the energy you put out there and that's the energy you gonna get. So thank yourself. Thank yourself for that situation. Carlos, somebody may be Carlos. Maybe her car is actually put in has been impounded for the investigation. Somebody's car may have been impounded um, in reference to the situation or in reference to the investigation. I'm gonna grab a couple of these little babies. Yeah, I'm in here. I'm here in here tonight, y'all. I don't think I'm going anywhere tomorrow. I'm gonna probably rest, being cold. You know, I talk about the moon and it being yeah. I talk about that, but we're gonna see if it flips out. No good ones. Lord, y'all saw how that flipped out. There is someone out there. There is someone out there for you. Don't let this false belief make you miss out. And that's what that man, that's the energy he was sitting in right there. Okay. So in his mind, he said, if it's what it is, this is my girl. I'm going to go ahead and make her my girl. I'm going to make it official. But if I sit back and catch I'm going to be looking for this, looking for that. And maybe because he was looking for it, he found it. However, he wanted this clarity. He came for clarity. He didn't just come to make her feel good. He came to make himself hopefully feel good too. Clarity. He wanted what he wanted, and he wanted it to be what he wanted. But in case if it wasn't what he wanted, he would be man enough to walk away too. He can walk away if it's evident. That's a smack in the face. You in the cabin with your girl, y'all laid up, and then all of a sudden, do 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 do. Well, you didn't have the common decency to tell these folks that you on a rendezvous with your guy and don't disturb, or not even smart enough to put your phone on do not disturb. But see, like I said, when you live in a lie based on a lie, you already know how that goes. All types of room for error, all kinds of confusion and just craziness. Shit you can't even avoid, you know. Fear of loss. Told you. The walk away, fear of loss. Maybe she just couldn't see herself, couldn't bring herself to actually walk away until that man said, "You know what? You ain't gotta walk away. I'm walking away. I'm gonna leave it alone because I saw, I heard, and now I got my evidence. This is exactly what I needed. I needed it. I needed this wake up call. I needed that. Yep, absolutely needed it. All right. You're afraid of losing someone or of being abandoned. Take a chance. Hmm. That just come out. Wait, that did flip out. Unworthy. Sex only. Law. Y'all saw it come out. Too much work. That's the third card that came out. This dude was on a move, getting it done. Settling. There you go. I just talked about the settling. I just talked about the settling. Stop playing. I was about to put them all back in the deck because I was telling myself, dang, there was a lot of cards that came out. So I just was about to put them in the deck and I said, no, it actually flipped out the way that I needed them to flip out. And there you go. And there you go. Excuses. You have so many reasons that it never works out. Find reasons that it can. And that's what he was trying to do. But you can't do it by yourself. You can't be the only one fighting for the relationship. Right? All right, let's move forward. I got time if you got time. Y'all heard me? Y'all heard what I said just now? I said, I got time if you got time. I got time if you got time. I got time if you got time. Look at that. Baby, it's not a game over here. All right. Waiting cycles, moments. Told you, divine timing. This is what he was looking for, the opportunity to seize it. And this is exactly what he did. He said, "Yeah, I heard what my family was saying. I heard me stand behind my ears, behind my head, and all this stuff, crazy stuff. I see for myself, but I don't want to see. I don't even, yeah." He chose a time such as this to get his truth, and it came with, unfortunately, his demise. All right, too much work. It says, you tell yourself it's too much work, but it's really an excuse not to get involved, and this may be um her energy. But too much work also can be associated with him. Again, being the breadwinner, doing the moving around, getting the job done, Mr. Make It Happen type energy, right? Only one in it, again, to win it. Unworthy, settling. I made some shepherd's pie. It was so good. I made like a little, I have not a souffle pot, but one of these little bitty pots. They're little bitty, and it's like a cast iron, not a cast iron, but one of those heavy pots. And I had a little bit left over that I could not put in my pan, so I made a little small one. And I sat here and eat it. And I tell you, almost went to sleep on you. Really did. But I said to myself, yeah, I can't keep neglecting my channel. I just feel like, school has gotten my hind parts, but I just want you to know I'm producing and making them A's. I'm about to start applying for some scholarships too, so keep your fingers crossed for me, I need it. All right. Unworthy. You deserve an amazing relationship. Take steps to heal doubts about yourself. There you go. Perfectly said. Perfectly said. No. All right. Did I read that one? Yep. Did it? I read that one. But I didn't read the guy with the big arms. Okay. Settling. Don't. Yeah, because I said, when I say about the settling too, don't just stick around places that you are tolerated, right? That's all a part of settling. And little belittling his energy as well, especially when God had him on his own platform. You know what I mean? And was speaking words of encouragement into people's lives. He had viewers. He had people listening. You know what I mean? All right. And he was basically dumbing himself down for the energy that was around him. You know, a lot of the energy that was around him, and I could see that. God had something bigger planned for him, but because of the scenario, consequences come for the choices we choose. And not being just to say, I mean, ignorance can get us hurt. Not knowing can get us hurt. Pretending to not know can harm us. So you could do, like I said, you could do so much more with the truth. You can move the way you need to move based on your story and you know, your perception of things, and accepting them or the like thereof. But it's your choice, and nobody should take that away from you. All right. So settling. Man, this man arms is huge. He almost look like a damn action figure. Lord, his veins. I don't think I've ever seen him in the veins in the arm. I don't think that's right. Ugh, that don't look right. I don't know if y'all can see it, but ugh. Anywho, people have their preferences, and that's not mine. Anywho, don't stay with someone who isn't right for you just because it's safe. Safe because no one wanted to move, no one wanted to leave. But yeah, at some point, it was a smack in Tyrone's face where he couldn't avoid the truth anymore. That was evident. Whatever happened in that room was very evident. He couldn't even lie to himself no more. It was again a smack in the face, and he was ready to throw in the towel in that trip. It was either going to bring them closer, divide them a bit, or tear them apart rather, not divide them a bit, but tear them apart. Bring them closer or tear them apart. Possibilities, free spirited adventure risks. It's explaining a story. Look, fantasy, ecstasy, chasing thrills, excitement, good time. Facts, facts, realizations, epiphanies, understandings, awakenings. I told you. I told you. Longing, craving, aching, wanting. And that was something he wanted. He wanted, somebody that could share all of those good things, all of those great things he had to share them with. Had for someone to share with him. But yeah, you gotta be mindful of who you deem fit, right? We have to vet folks. Instead of jumping in the bed, you know, immediately after meeting people as they have jumped in your head. Uh, it's about vetting the person. What's their favorites? What's their favorite color? Just the little things, that become great things. The whole nothing to hide type energy. Look, beginnings, try again, new direction, start over. That energy of transformation. hmm Forgiveness, return, sorry. Yeah, we know he's yeah, poor for Tyrone. I'll just say that because yeah, kind of irritates me to even think. And I'm telling you, this reading has been in my system for a very long time. This is something I've been needing to do and just have yet to do it. And well, the first video, like I said, it came. I had it, and I was on here for a minute, and it was some very powerful messages that was being said. And for some strange reason, my video or my sound decided to cut off when it wanted to. Okay, either that or I think folks are start reporting your live, and that's what happens when they're reporting it. And I said desperate early. We're not desperate. I was at the bottom of that deck. I just picked it up and looked at it. So anyway, we're moving forward. And again, if you like what you hear, please like and subscribe. Thank you again for those who are tapping in, stopping by. I really appreciate it. Your views help the channel. Your likes and subscribes help the channel. Let's help our channel. I help our channel grow. I'm in the position for growth. I don't know about y'all, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Oh wait, I didn't read sex only. Imagine that. And I tell you, it was the sexual perversion that got him. That got him. Either you or your partners only want sex, except that it's okay or reach for more. Yeah, that's all they wanted. That's all. That's all they wanted. And be in it. Well, that's how they got him. Not all they wanted, but that's how they got him. Not sex only, but that's how they got him. It was entrapment. Entrapment. CEO energy. Taking control. Natural leadership. Confidence in business. I'm the boss. All right, big boss. I told you. Lil dude, big energy. Lil dude, big energy. And folks didn't like that. Even Lulu. Imagine him not being the guy she wanted. But wherever he go, he was still a light. He was still a boss. He was still being looked up to, you know. Still being showed favor. Right? And then here we go. Watch this. Sneaky link. Look at this shit. Somebody got a little red call like this too. Sneaky link. Had a call. Got a sister that had to call friend. I don't know. Had a call. I don't know. All right. Hidden encounters. That moon card. Private meetings. Discreet intimacy. Told you. Nobody needs to know. Nobody. Nobody. On red. Mm, mm, mm. Ignored messages. Waiting anxiously. No replies. Maybe they're just busy. Yeah. Yeah. They're just busy, all right. Folks is out here giving you excuses. Trifling tell self. Trifling. He changed your whole little life look like. Because I don't know what your body looked like before you had all the surgery. And surely he was the one funded all of that. Huh? Lord, imagine that. Money moves at the bottom of the deck. It says bank account deposit 5276. Smart decisions, strategic investments. Building wealth, making my money. All right, boss. Boss hoe. Trying to tell you, look, influencer status. Look at this boy just showed up in his reading. I see you, look, hustle mode. Damn, you was deep in this mug, boy. Wake up call. There you go. That was his wake up call. That was his wake up call right there. The him understanding that it was time to walk away. That all that what he was doing was still never enough. She had all of what she needed, even at the time of her feeling depressed and him wanting to take her away from that energy and put her in a place her in a more, higher active energy, removing her away from that um why me energy. How is this happening to me? Hmm? You're a crying wolf, young lady. Crying wolf. All right, ring ring. And look at the time, divine timing, wake up call. And it says spiritual awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness, can't ignore anymore. I said that. Oh my God. I said that. He couldn't walk, he couldn't say, he could, it was a smack in his face like a wake up call. He could not, it was out. She gave him an ultimatum. I mean, he gave her an ultimatum. Well, it really wasn't an ultimatum. It was his idea, it was his agenda, his thoughts. He brought her out there for his reasons. And one, making her think that it was because she was feeling down and depressed. But he needed his answers. He brought her there to seclude her, to have no other interruptions, no nothing, no phones, no nothing. And a phone ring, 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 ring. And it gave him the wake up call that he needed. And unfortunately, he was like, "Oh, okay, so you playing in my face, and I did all of this for you, and I've been doing this for you. Imagine, are like what? Imagine I don't even have to be here for this. I don't have to partake in this. Mm-mm. You got it messed up. You got it absolutely messed up, sis. All right. Hustle mode, grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort. That's what I'm talking about. Sleep can wait. That's the second or third card that was talking about. That's talking about the whole always on the go, moving, making money, doing your thing, no time for sleep. That's what I'm talking about. Repetitious. Influencer status. Didn't he have that status? That's him. Right? He had his own little page where he encouraged folks. He spoke to the people. Right? Showed them through his life that you can live too. You can get it just like me. Right? Social recognition, online fame, power to influence, swipe up. And not just that, more and more people are learning about who he is, in the scenario. All right, money moves, smart decisions, strategic investments, building wealth, making my money work. That's right. And CEO energy, taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business. I'm the boss. Man, dog, that's crazy. That is insane when I tell you it is so accurate, and I can appreciate that. All right, so we are down to two more decks after this one, and we are good to go. It was again such a pleasure with being able to share this information. That spirit is landed on my heart and in my energy field. Like I wasn't gonna rest until I actually got it out. Like daily, God was giving it to me, and I was putting it off. I was putting it off because I really was teed off about the first video because I would have hated to it happen to the next video. All right, so I hope by the end of this video I fare out well. But anyway, yeah. So no act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. Wow. That strengthens their compassion and their empathy. If is describing you keep being the beautiful soul that you are. Well, you have no other choice now, Mr. Tyrone Davis Jr. Spiritually, yeah, that's exactly who you can be and all that you can be. However, yeah, I know that I don't have a doubt that you aren't, that you won't be incredible, you know, even in the spirit. You know. All right, so I just have compassion for people, for God's people, especially them who aren't deserving of, some of the mess that people are also trying to feed. And the minute you say, "Hey, I don't eat that. I don't want that. I don't like the way it look or smell," yo, and they still trying to convince you to eat it, yo, you not my people. I told you no, you're not my people. All right. When you hold on to the past, it stops you from living in the present. Release any old hurts, old worries, or regrets. Commit to commit to being in the here and now. Forgive yourself for what and where you think you may have um, been wrong, or have gone wrong. You deserve inner peace. Let it go. That's what release was talking about. That very thing. That top card, the first card that came out. If you can remember, that is exactly what that spoke of in a sense. That new beginnings, after an ending, all of that correlates. Ladies at the mall, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, stop giving away your power, all your money, all your time, all your effort, especially to folks who don't appreciate it. All right. Again, not where you're tolerated, where you're valued and appreciated. All right. All right. Love yourself more than okay. Love yourself came out down here too. Here she go. Think it's a game. Somebody might have an eye tattoo on them, or maybe thinking about getting one. Um, I also an eye. All right. Love yourself more by saying no to the things that feel draining. My God, and burdening for you. Right. Saying no to the things that feel draining and burdening to you. Saying no when you want to say no instead of saying yes is to please other people is a real act of self love. So yeah, being honest with yourself, or being honest with yourself is being honest with others, or being honest with others is being honest with you. An honest no is a yes for you. Huh? An honest no for them is a yes for you. So yeah, move accordingly, love. Move accordingly. You know. Again, you gotta have boundaries. Folks is out here spirit jacking and jacking anything that ain't stuck to the ground. It's a real thing. All right, you have the power. That's the second card that talked about your power, maybe more, because yeah, the King of Wands actually speaks about that very same power, so to speak. All right, you have the power to create the life you love. Remember that, huh? Remember that. Don't you ever forget it, bud. All right, this one says again, no act of kindness is ever wasted. I read that one already. And this one says, stop trying to carry the world on your shoulders, Tyrone. Mr. Tyrone, you know. And that's why people feeling a big loss about with you now, because you did carry so many folks on your shoulders. You in fact did carry so many folks on your shoulders. And it's funny because this card just fell on the floor, and I usually don't take cards that fall on the floor. But it says, as we also have hustle mode here. This one says side hustle, multiple incomes, extra earning, financial security, always on the grind. The dude was always on the move, always getting it done. Mr. Make It Happen. Yeah, making it happen for the family. Uh-huh. Yep. Mr. Make It Happen, baby. That's what it is. How that call get right now? Was this not that part of that deck? Okay. This is a wrap. This is one of a couple. from this deck, excuse me, y'all. When I'm speaking the truth, the yarns become coming. When I'm really, really speaking the truth, the yarns and tears and the coughing, all of that stuff starts affecting me. I start working on my throat chakra, trying to shut me up. That ain't gonna happen. Not many people. Not many people shut me up. Mm-mm. Not many people, places, or things can shut me up. Yeah, I'm on the road to handing everybody the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Yeah, yeah. If you're gonna affiliate with me, that's what you're gonna come. That's what I come with. Truth, absolutely. If you don't like it, you can move around. You can kick rocks. But yeah, this is the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help me, Almighty God. Yeah. I know why I am, who I am, and whose I am. Never doubt or deny. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. It is what it is. Yes. It is what it is. Openness. Merci. Remain in the light. Merci. Aussi. Um, welcome to happiness is at the very bottom. Let's see if it pops out. I have faith in life. I like it. I like it, and as you should. It says, I welcome here. Again, somebody may be a part of the water signs. Excuse me. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today, I take each step of my path to fulfillment with good faith. I swim easily with the flow of life. I embrace all experiences the universe bestows upon me, even those that prove challenging. I know all will fall into place for my greater good. Yeah, favor. Nothing but that favor. Not that flavor. Oh, it could be flavor too. Excuse me, but that favor. Yeah, I'm talking truth right now. That yawning is coming through. Um, all right, remain in the light. And it says, today I observe, I take time to think calmly, why and wisely, and I go forward with complete confidence, knowing I will succeed. Absolutely, boss. Yeah. Big up, boss. All right. No matter what happens today, I will remain in the light. I will maintain my faith and my equilibrium. In this way, I nurture my soul and become a strong and steady representative of the light. Oh, when the award for the best life. I don't want to sing it too loud because my neighbor's in this late, but I could sing that song. Anywho, openness, and it says, excuse me. I know that when one door closes, another one opens. New beginnings. Uh, um, in with the old and out with the new. I mean, yeah, in with the old. I'm sorry, out with the old and in with the new. I had it backwards. Sorry. Um, I know that when one door closes, another one opens. Today, I trust the universe. I trust myself, and I trust life. No matter what has gone before me, I have faith that something better is on its way. My willingness to release. That's the second time that second card, bastard. You can't get it, you bastard. I can't get it, y'all. What is happening? All right. Y'all will know I do not make. I do not. I am not ashamed of making ugly faces. I will do it in a minute. All right. Openness. I know that when one door closes, another one opens. Today, I trust the universe. I trust myself, and I trust life. No matter what is going before me, I have faith that something better is on its way. My willingness to release the past. Oh, excuse me. One. The past prepares me to accept the many new opportunities God opens before me. Mercy, Jeff. That's not the quote I was picking up. I want to pick up this one. And this last one, it says, I have faith in life. Today I give myself to life. I live in the here and now without any concerns for tomorrow because God is always near and dear, near and dear, and will never let me fail or fall. My faith surrounds me with light, no matter what the circumstances may be. I let go and release. Again, we're speaking about the let go and the release. Having faith that life will always provide what is most beneficial for my soul. My soul. My soul. My soul. I welcome life as it presents itself to me. Today I take each step on my path to fulfillment with good faith. Oh yeah, I read that one. Yeah. When I read I swim, that's when it hit me. All right, so now down to the scriptures. This is the last deck for the evening or the morning, wherever you are during this time. Um, yeah, let's get us a couple of scriptures that we can stand on in reference to the scenario. David's family. All right, we have Ruth here, 4:14. Isn't that funny? And it's crazy because I've been seeing 144, 114, 411, 414, and 144 quite often. Oh, and 441. Can't forget about that one. So I've been seeing four and ones like quite often. All right, so Root 4:14 is here. All right, it says, "Blessed be the Lord who has not left you this day without a redeemer." Yeah. Blessed are them that are meek and humble. Yeah, I can't say that either one of you all were meek, but humble. I can see humble being bits and pieces of both of you, both Lulu and Tyrone. This one is Acts 16:31, and it says, "Believe in the Lord Yeshua, and you will be saved." Acts again 16:31. Then we have, "Behold, I have taken your iniquity away from you, and I will clothe you with pure investments." Zechariah 3:4. All right. Wait, let me read that again. "Behold, I have taken your iniquity away from you, and I will clothe you with vestments." That's right. I could definitely see and understand um, why this is here. Yeah. "Behold, I have taken you away from your iniquities." Imagine what you believe for yourself or for you, that is what you believe it's for you. God intends for more. He wants more. Yeah, he wants more. And crazy enough, some of you all are deeming yourself as unworthy of getting that more. Yeah, but Spirit says differently, especially if you are seeing this reading. All right. Yeah. So I hope that helped y'all. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate the time and yeah, your views and subscribes and love, because I'm definitely reciprocating. I'm sending you the love as quick as you are all giving it to me. I really appreciate it again. And I'm about to hit the hay. I am about to hit the hay. I might make me some tea and yeah, fall in my bed and relax till tomorrow sometime. Oh, today is tomorrow. Mm. Anywho, peace and blessings. Family of Tyrone Davis Jr. Yes, stay strong. Don't let the outsiders take you down. The minute you let an outsider in, the minute you let an outsider in, you're gonna see exactly what the breaches are in the family dynamic. You need to close in some of those gaps. Right, the enemy is trying to come in, and I don't have a doubt that you all are not equipped to stop. I don't have a doubt that you are not equipped enough to stop them. You are all equipped to do so. Y'all have the power of the Most High in the midst, and if you want this success, this victory that is deemed yours, I would definitely keep them a part of the equation, and do not lose sight as to what it is you all are doing it for. All right. Don't entertain the ignorance. Let the ignorant be with the ignorant. Let the dummies be with the dummies. Let the fools be with the fools. Yeah, and handle each accordingly. All right. Again, yeah, be amazing. Be original. Be y'all. Forget about the small things. You know what I mean. Forget about the little things. Forget about yeah. Make it work. Just make it work. God got y'all as God has had Tyrone. All right. Y'all be blessed and again amazing and true to yourself, man. Honest with yourself. All right. Peace and blessings. Until next time. Please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Let's get these numbers up if you don't mind. I would really appreciate my numbers that I had before I lost my other channel. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I don't have a doubt that um I won't. All right. Good night. Good morning. And be safe out there. Stranger danger. Hmm? Yeah. Stranger danger. Peace. Let's see if I can get this. Uh-oh. Almost had it. Oh, wait, hold up. I can almost see that. Is that in?